Hello, hello, hello. We are moments away now from qualifying here for the British Grand Prix of FRL Season 7 here at the classic Silverstone Circuit. I'm Nexi. I'm joined here in the comm box with Sierra.
Hello, hello.
And our drivers are just getting ready and taking the track, so survival means points. Technically, getting 90% means points. That may
Pretty
come up.
much survival.
Yeah, luckily for the drivers too, this is an easier track to survive on because unlike all the streets, Silverstone has invented some new special innovation called a runoff area.
It's quite a unique invention nowadays in F1, but saying that, it is still a very easy track to spin out on, and since it's very fast paced, you spin out here and you could very much end up in the wall.
Indeed, many fast classic corners all across the Silverstone circuit. Got several iconic sequences of corners. One of the most famous being Cops, the old turn one, leading into Meggetts and Beckett.
Yeah, some controversies have happened in some of these corners. But also some better moments. We don't have a random here actually to lead us on for qualifying, so I wonder who's going to take the charge and do the first lap this time.
It'll truly be a mystery, but one that we shall solve momentarily.
Oh, it looks like it's a Red Bull, so it's going to be Pridas. Being the sole Red Bull this time around.
Indeed, no luck.
Do you see intermediate tires on that Red Bull?
Wait, what?
do you not?
I do not see inters on the Red Bull. I see the rimmed soft tires on the Red Bull.
My screen is showing it as intermediates.
What is it with EA games and just getting worse over time? Oh wait, I am not seeing a front wing on Pridas's car.
I am very much seeing a front wing on that car, so I mean, if you combine what we are both seeing together, we get an actual functioning car.
Indeed. I am assuming that that is just a visual glitch on our end. Please pay no mind to the fact that the Red Bull looks like a slot car from 1960 right now. But it really should be a Ferrari because it looks like they have forsaken aerodynamics for the sake of power, as Leo has lagged out of the session once again.
Yes, that is not a good sign for...
Indeed, all the cars are missing front wings on my end.
Is your finger right? I don't think you... apparently we're doing a front wingless race. All the drivers...
We've gone back to the 60s here. I mean, Silverstone opened the first Grand Prix, and it seems that my copy of F125 wants to take that a little too literally right now. As Prudess
Like
starts
so.
his run.
I mean, it doesn't look like he's on the intermediates, judging from the first few corners. So I think he's actually on the correct tyres.
Indeed, I am seeing the correct tire, just not the correct car. Apparently, as Prudess is now zooming into the Luffield complex, one of my favorites to drive whenever I'm in cockpit. It's very committed. You want to take this line, take it as inside as you can, but you still want to get a little sweep out to straighten your exit, get the power down here to the old pit straight, and then you have a very committed Cop's corner, flick down to 7th, if even that. And then you go down into Maggots and Beckett's.
You don't even break into the first half of Maggots and Beckett. You just full send. You a little bit of a shift down to 6th for the ending, and then fall back straight onto the throttle, coming down. Is this the Hangar Straight? I don't know the names of the straights on this track, unfortunately.
I think it is the Hangar Straight, and then we go here. Very committed turn. I think Prudess had way too early of an apex through it. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Going into this chicane, that slows you down, and then you have this really fun exit that sweeps into another apex, so you go onto the pit straight.
134.9 as your benchmark, but I believe that's going to be instantly beaten by Avo over 128.8, and then Mavi over 127.5. Skyler then over 137, probably doing another warm-up lap. That seems to be a very common metric for the Aston Martins to run.
Indeed.
I'm wondering about Prudess. I wonder if Prudess does actually have the intermediate tyres on now. Because that is 4 seconds. I see Skyler makes a couple of twitches. He will get this. Oh, and then we have Morgana 127.2 actually setting the provisional pole lap.
Indeed. Very strong pace from our home driver here. Apparently wearing the special helmets, too. If you pay that much attention to the helmets, but I think it's nice to wear special helmets on occasion.
I think so as well.
Malvi with 127.5. Big second here in the lead Ferrari.
There is no luck. Yeah, we both mentioned the same thought. There is no luck in this race, so... And I believe he has gotten pole most of the races so far, so I want to see where that comes to it.
Indeed,
maybe you might get, maybe Morgan might be able to snatch pole away from the two Mercedes. John is currently leading this championship by a considerable margin over his teammate Leo.
Yep, with time running out, it can feel like it is his championship to lose in a lot of ways. We might see him even playing safer in strategy calls. We'll see what he opts to do, but good news, the Williams has a front wing, so we have that all sorted. Tyes is peeling into the pits, though, after not setting the time.
Invalidation. I'm assuming an invalidation. Check the time. Yes, a 128.8, 128 flat, but it was invalid. That would have put him up into P3. Ahead of Avo, but behind Mavi, but only half a second behind Mavi.
Indeed. Avo currently leading the midfield is quite a good run of form for him. Skylar, without the front wing, goes through cops. He has a 1:31.4, his teammate.
Although Kimaru has yet to set the time, and he does normally lead this midfield pack, or more or less is kind of in no man's land between the two. But see where that goes. Leo does set a purple sector 1. Is that an actual purple sector 1? Yes, it is, but only just about ahead of Morgan.
Indeed. So pretty close between him and Morgan. He has a front wings that may give him the advantage as he now flicks down into cops. Ooh, just
a little bit wide, but
yeah, I was gonna say
he might have been still in.
And now I see Prides on entered on my screen.
And now he's on softs for me, so that's great. It's another fast sector 2, currently up on Morgan by just over 0.2 of a second, possibly a 1:26, depending on how he does this last chicane. So that's really tricky coming out at the exit of that well. He gets a 1:26.9.
Beautiful lap from the German Dragon there, our Season 4 champion. Remind.
And Season 1.
Yeah, in Season 1. 2-time champion here for us. And he gets probably a little lucky out of cops, taking it just at the limit.
Lucky, or maybe it was just perfect.
Indeed. Knowing how that corner could be little A, little B. It's John's on his flyer. We'll see if he has the pace to match his teammate or surpass his teammate even.
He's purple in sector 1. Takes cops a little bit safer. See how that does to his time.
Indeed. Mashing it on through Maggots, Beckets, and Chapel. Sets a purple sector 2.
That's a really good sector 2. Over... Well, actually, that's... They're a 0.4 ahead of Leo now, coming into sector 3 and coming through the chicane.
Indeed, gonna
good exit.
Hits that apex, takes a little bit more of the line out into the exit straight, and sets a 1:26.6, beating his teammate by 0.3 provisionally so far. Wondering if the little wide moment in cops almost hurt Leo's run through Maggots and Beckett's.
Is possible, as I think Kimaru's lap was invalidated, so he might go for another one. Right behind him, though, is Pridas, so if any mistakes from Kimaru, Pridas' lap is basically over. I see Morgan is also on the track just a few seconds behind them, so basically everybody but Leo is on the track right now.
Kimaru just cut it through Village, going out into the runoff area there, having to rejoin the track around where Morgan was. So Pridas now has the clean air to play around. And he is up 0.7, so he may have genuinely been on intermediates when he set his time.
Look out for Mavi, though. I think Mavi might actually be on pole pace at the moment. Oh, a slide coming out of the chicane. Did I jinx his lap? I think I might have jinxed his lap. A 1:26.7, but the time is there. A hugely fast sector 2 from the Brazilian Dragon.
Indeed, and that helps more so right now with Mavi. This is where he ends up and where he finishes. That just helps John more than anyone else right now, who gets his teammate to be on the second row, his main championship rival right now. But Mavi looking to get that pole position, looking to fight for wins this season. He's always on the cusp of it, not quite there.
I believe he's... Yeah, his only win has come at Vegas, as Morgan sets a 1:26.9, just ahead of Leo, so knocking Leo down to 4th, the provisional lid, as Ty sets a 1:28 flat.
Indeed, almost perfectly flat there.
I know, he just need to be 1,000th of a second quicker. 1 more meter and he would have done it.
Indeed, the Williams man doing very well to get up there into the midfield. Kimaru may have some competition in that pace spot.
Maru currently is last out of all the runners so far, 1:37. I know he invalidated his lap time, so he'll have everything to play for in the last set of runs here.
Indeed, he will. Pridas not improving on his time. Still down in the 1:34.9.
Possible that he also invalidated his lap time, as it's hard to determine that one.
Yeah.
As he went peeled straight into the pits without finishing his lap.
Indeed, surefire signs of an invalidation or just a huge mistake and you want to set a new time. Morgan peeling into the pits, not liking her lap right now, but she has set a 1:26.9. Very good.
Yeah, so Kimaru does go up for another lap. Okay, 1:28.5 is Kimaru's lap. It's him just ahead of Avo, but closer to Avo than he is to Ties.
Indeed, that may give the British Bird some hope over there to the Corvid down in P7, leading the Aston Martin pair in this qualifying session. Troy currently in that Aston Martin sandwich.
I'm not really sure that's a sandwich you'd want to be a part of. I'm not really sure you want to be part of any sandwich, really. Especially if it's got cars on either side of it. You kind of get squished in that.
Yeah. It's not a comfortable feeling, I suppose. You have Avo going out on an outflap. It will be Pridas, though, going across the line first. We have a Ferrari coming out of Troy. The other Aston Martin's going to be coming out behind him. Our front few, our pole contenders, waiting a little bit. A little bit of a jump from Pridas, a little bit of a lag spike.
You saw that as well. I'm glad that wasn't just me. He starts his lap. This will be people's last laps now. Like this will be their final runs. So the bottom 4 out on the track at the moment. Top 6 still in the pits. I reckon they'll probably head out at around 2 minutes 30. We'll start seeing them leave.
Indeed, I'm seeing activity in the pits. It might be to William. Either that or it's
Could
Kima.
be.
I swear.
Pridas is apparently over a second up on his previous best lap. He does need to gain as much time as possible.
It's what happens when you set your time on inters, I suppose. Strange decision. I guess he wanted to scrub some inters, maybe.
Maybe the race is going to be wet. I mean, they have the data, we don't. So
yeah.
maybe Pridas knows something we don't know about.
Yeah, maybe this is the big brain strategy play from the Red Bull garage we expect. Get some scrubbed intermediates and use them.
You know, as Pridas enters Sector 3 into the final chicane, see how good his exit is. It's a smooth exit. It's a smooth exit. It's a cautious exit, but it's a smooth exit as he sets a 129.4, goes ahead of Skylar.
Indeed, I think a 124 would have been world record contention.
Well, congratulations to Pridas for setting the world record.
Indeed, he does. But yeah, 129.4 P9 here. Ahead of Skylar, who does have another lap.
Avo is 2.5 tenths up. That would actually be enough to get ahead of Kimaru on the grid. Indeed. If he's able to complete it.
Indeed, Morgana's not yet come out of the pits right now. I think she's done with her qualifying if she doesn't come out soon. No, she's coming out now. She's going to be cutting it really close. Avo has a moment into the grass. 128.7 will be his final time. Crosses the line stubbornly anyway.
Fortunate one as Troy is now coming across into Sector 3.
Troy
Across
is
the
up.
line.
Troy!
And it's a 127.9. Goes ahead of both Ties and Kimaru.
Where did he have
Making
that
both
kind
have
of
to try
pace
that.
from? Impressive lap from Troy, punching well above his weight. He was just locked in there, getting to 127.9. We'll see if the others have anything left to fight with. Leo has lagged out of the session again.
That's actually really unfortunate. It's at this time of the
Yeah, so Leo will finish with the 126.9. Hyes is starting his lap. We have Skylar, who is on a fast lap, I believe, and he is improving very well. Behind him is, I believe that's Kimaru behind him. Looking to also set a faster lap. Kimaru may get some dirty air on his fast lap here. He is on that fast lap, but Skylar's also on a fast lap. He has no obligation to move out of the way, and that's got to be frustrating for Kimaru, but didn't give himself enough space to work with, and he's going to have dirty air coming through Beckett's. That might be just Kimaru's final time if the dirty air affects him too much.
Kimaru is not up on his time either. Ties is, so Ties will be currently in that fight for P5 as Kimaru is just tired of his time at the moment.
That has got to be frustrating for the AlphaTauri driver.
Skylar comes along with a 129.6, Kimaru with a 128.3. Not going to be enough. And next will be Ties across the line. Mavi goes to a 1. Mavi does not improve his time, I don't think.
No improvement from Mavi. Ties coming around and crossing the line here. Huge improvement.
127.5 takes that P5 away from Troy, and the only person left who can stop John is Morgan, who is not improving on her lap.
John improves to a 126.3. Very strong lap from the American, and our championship leader, Morgan, may have a chance. We'll see what she's able to put in. No. Snaps the wheel for the fun of it. And she rounds off our podium starts. Strong and frustrating qualifying session for some. As we now, in a few minutes' time, move on to the formation lap. But it's John with another pole position here by 4 tenths this time. 6 tenths ahead of his teammates down in P4.
It's an unfortunate disconnect. We never really got to see what Leo could produce in that lap either, which is unfortunate.
It is, but kind of the way I always have to look at this as, like, whenever I'm in the sim here is, you know, sometimes in real life your engine cocks out. Sometimes in the sim your internet or your wheel does something weird and stupid and takes you out.
I've been in that one many a times.
Yep. It is the mechanical failure of our discipline, anyway. John has also left the session. Are we doing a lobby rehost?
I believe so. Yeah, we are going to reset. So we will.
There's a lobby reset. Let me get the rain delay music. Oh, because people can't edit their strategy if they log out.
Yes.
Or if they lag it, I should say. Thank you for the... So unfortunately for Pridas, if he was trying to big brain scrub some inters,
That's not going to work out for him, no.
no, your scrubbing does not work, so that... Assuming that what? We're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that this was really big brain and not a mistake. The game is loading very slow today, I do apologize.
I think we should skip to a be right back screen just while we wait for this to load back up.
Indeed.
I'll be back in 5.
I have just started playing the Yankees rain delay music,
Oh my god.
which is also colloquially known as sad sax. It feels fitting.
I think it does. I will be right back.
Welcome to the delay. Hope everybody coming back to watch this or watching this even right now is having a good time here in the comm booth. I have started receiving the spam of invites. apparently everybody is having some fun technical issues with the game. You can probably get long delay still. Because the game has technical issues. I may just have to put these to stop. It's unfortunate, but I have other things to do on Saturdays usually. I hope it doesn't come to that. But it might come to that. Oh, we are beginning once again. Rain delay music off. Here we go. Hopefully not have another rain delay. As we are now moments away from the formation lab at the British Grand Prix of Season 7 once again. 26 laps of Silverstone await momentarily.
These 10 drivers. And 45 minutes of us to await. Yes, 45 minutes of us to yap and await anybody who is unfortunate enough to have to listen to us.
Unfortunate or fortunate, depending on your cup of tea, as we fill up the time with thee. Rhyming away as Mavi loads in, potentially to keep loading in forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Oh, here we go.
Is he in?
We're good.
Then we have the 2 minutes of waiting, so What's the best thing to do in these 2 minutes gonna be?
More yapping, I presume, about how
Fair enough.
we do have a mandatory two-stop. Actually, I don't think we mentioned this yet. Just like last week, for the 5 minutes that I was able to broadcast it, we have a mandatory two-stop.
Those
So
clouds do look quite dark over there, actually.
yeah, but they set it to mostly cloudy.
Okay.
That was what
I
the
mean,
initial.
this game has the game does have some things that if you click one thing, it does the other. So it could be cloudy with a chance of, well, not meatballs, but cloudy with a chance of rain.
Cloudy with a Chance of Rain is unfortunately not
That's
as
not
good
what
of
you
a
want to see.
movie as Leo has another issue.
Gosh, this is just reminiscent of what I was dealing with 23 when I'd just be disconnecting every other minute.
To put the rain delay music back on.
I'll invite him back into this just in case we continue this one. I guess in the meantime.
Dude, I was kind of saying in the break that if you keep having issues like this, there's a decent chance I might have to just kind of stop doing these if we keep running well over 2 hours. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Like, I mean, because I do other things besides this on Saturday.
I'm lucky enough that it's in my evening, so most of the stuff I do is in the afternoon. Even if I get back about 20 minutes before the race starts.
Oh yeah, like I already get back 10 minutes before the race starts. And then we have all this. And technically, I do leave some of the things I do early to do this.
I mean, the only thing I left early is just leaving spoons, but like anyone who's British understands what I'm talking about when I say spoons. Shout out to Weatherspoons.
Weather the storm with Weatherspoon. Get more spoons.
Sure.
Weatherspoon.
I think we are doing another lobby, so another Nyan cat. Everyone spins around in a circle.
Yeah. Red flag, red flag.
Gosh, there are more red flags in these past two races than what you see on the average Tinder profile. So
I would have said red square. But both were fine.
this one will be the last reset, so it's at least guarantee of that.
It is indeed a guarantee. Why do these games seriously seem to get worse as EA patches them?
Because I don't know.
Like it's impressive to me. Like it's impressive how they just get worse over time, not better in their life cycle.
I'm now stuck in the fan zone, so
I am stuck at a loading screen anyway. I think I could have been still swinging a sword around. Hema is cool. Hema
is
being,
what is cool?
historical European martial arts, where you just read a bunch of old books about martial arts from the so-called fencing master. Now I'm in the fan zone.
And it's Aston Martin.
Radio check.
Do you know there
Fucking
was a medieval joust not too long ago for me.
Yeah, it's the same idea, but like you know, you have swords, like long swords. I want to learn some dagger fun. I don't care about the fucking fan zone. You know what's better than fan zone championship? Daggers. They're cooler.
That is valid. That is very valid.
Yeah. Though I haven't gotten a chance to play with the daggers, because the dude who shows up early is very much a longsword boy. Hey boy, he's like much older than I am, but it's funny to say longsword boy.
I will not ruin your fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that sounds sus.
I'm glad we're acknowledging the elephant in the room here.
Yeah, elephants also have pretty long swords.
Yeah, two of them on the front of them actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tusk is a great weapon from nature. Though it's not
Some of
quite
those-
good to parry with, but it's pretty good at stabbing.
And as long and the best defense is good stab.
Yeah. It is actually a lot of
Do not take this advice. We are not trained combat fighters. Do not take our advice as gospel. Do not do anything that you read off of. You hear off of two furries talking in a commentary on a F1 game.
Yeah, I literally only have like 2 hours of experience with the very basic shit. The fun thing about longswords, now that you mentioned the thing about best defense, is that is actually just kind of how it works. You don't have a specific parry with a longsword. You just swing in the normal attack pattern and then try to rotate around.
I guess it's kind of like a fatter fencing sword, really.
Yeah. The fencing came out of all of this.
There we go. If you guys want to use a sword, get into fencing. It's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't live in an area that has a sword club.
Yeah. And if you, well, most of them probably will. The swords are cool.
Swords are cool. You always see a person with like swords at like any market. They just have they just have a variety of different types of swords. Some of them are really cool.
Yeah. Most of those are not for sparring. They are just meant to hang on, but they are still cool.
That is very true.
Yeah. Like, sparring swords are actually meant to take a beating. But, alas. So did you know that a Assetto Corsa Rally came out the other day?
Ooh, I also heard that NASCAR Heat also came out, or at least
Well,
on Steam.
Yeah, NASCAR it's just NASCAR 25. I saw mixed things about NASCAR 25, which surprises me. But there's
I think it was mostly because I think I've read some of them. A lot of them are just a lot of it is how it just doesn't seem to work very well for wheels, or like it's not a complete sim. But then it's never really going to be a complete sim. It was originally made for consoles. It was going to be SimK because most people on a console will not have a wheel.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, the genuine thing is if you say it's wheel compatible and you had the G29, which is one of the most common wheels, and it doesn't work. That's a valid thing. It's not
Yeah,
like the
I think-
G29 is an old, out-of-date wheel. It's still used quite often.
Yeah, that is possibly one of the main, well, probably the main issue with it actually.
Yeah. Especially for a Simcade, you would expect people to have more of the entry-level, cheaper, like G29, T300, or whatever the next-gen version of those are. I can't remember off my head, but you would expect them to have it, and it not working kind of is a little bit of an oversight. So yeah, I would be most interested in seeing what they have cooked up for the career mode, but I don't care about NASCAR enough to try it for its current price anyway.
Yeah, it'd be something that I'd like to try. It does look quite in depth, but then also there is also iRacing Arcade coming out, and honestly.
Oh yeah, but everyone's obsessed with iRacing Arcade.
I mean, it felt really fun to play.
As long as you
all I'm
were on the
saying.
left side of the couch.
Ah, yeah, right. So like, we were at Sim Racing Expo, and they had iRacing Arcade, and for the first day and a half, the controller was wireless, and there was something blocking the signal, and so if you're on the wrong side of the couch, you would just get a huge amount of input delay.
Yeah, it was a great, like, it was funny to talk about. Such a huge oversight if this is like your first public demo that like random people can just sit down and play, because they're just gonna think, wow, this game sucks.
I thought that as well, and then I saw how Avo was doing it so like perfectly well, and I was really confused how us on the other side of the sofa was struggling so much. And lo and behold, was the position on the sofa that was the issue, not the game and not us.
Yeah, it was our classic Bluetooth controller problem.
They did fix this. They did fix this midway through day 2 and added a cable and connected the controller.
Turns out that most of the time, the simplest solution that we already came up with was in fact the best solution to playing with the controller. Like,
Exactly.
there's nothing wrong with a really long wire. Like, we had this figured out. It's like Tesla trying to reinvent the door, and that door like killing you. As we are now moments away from take 3 of the British Grand Prix here.
Luckily, there are no doors in the F1 cars, so that should help people out.
Yeah.
There's no dragging people out of cars. Well,
Yeah, there's
in
no
the pit
like
stop anyway.
there's no getting trapped in your car because your reinvented door is not working when your car is on fire.
Exactly. It's just a nice open car.
Indeed. Everybody should have an open wheeler on the road. I see no problems with this.
As long as it's not a BMW.
Oh yeah. Oh god, the BMW open wheelers. Oh no.
Nothing wrong with the BMW open wheelers. It's more just
The driver.
BMWs are dangerous enough on the road when they don't signal correctly.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Shout out to anyone who's ever had to brake suddenly because a BMW didn't signal at all.
Drivers signal over there. I've seen like just on the way back from the HEMA group, there was like 50 billion people just not signaling between lanes on the highway, going places, people ignoring stop signs. Like,
You guys have so many stop signs in America. Like every other junction is a stop sign. No wonder nobody actually pays attention to them. Like at least for me, I can probably show you
Yeah.
4 stop signs within 20 miles of me, and I don't think I could show you any more.
yeah,
They're all just like give way and like here, just slowly roll up to it at like 10 mile an hour and then see if there's anyone there and then just storm it up to 50.
yeah,
Sometimes
to be
you just roll
fair,
up to 20.
most of our stop signs are not always stop signs, which makes it funnier in that sense. Though a good chunk of these, like, there are also people that don't follow yield signs here. Like, there's a way that a junction up here merges between roads, and one had a yield sign, and one, like, the more straight option does not. But the slip
I
road has a
mean,
yield. Oh my god.
is that Leo disconnecting again?
Yep. Well,
We can't really stop it. I mean, I don't think we're stopping this again. I think we are just gonna go on with it.
I hope so. No offense to Leo. I hate it, but there is a certain point where
I've been in this position
yeah,
or again and again. It sucks. Like it just
yeah.
sucks.
Like there have also been cases of drivers who's I'm not gonna name names, but we've seen laggy drivers even in this session, and like sometimes like I remember when racing them, the lag is just so much that you cannot fight them, and like I think there should be a point where if it's constantly a thing, we should just be like, look, it sucks, but if people cannot race you, we cannot have you. This is me going into my evil chair, my villain chair sim racing moments. An
Yeah,
opinion.
this is now evil Nexi, who's waited too long now for a race. She just wants to see some action on the track.
Yeah, I
But all
do.
we've done is stare at the pit lane.
Like we had a
I
fun
mean,
quali, I will give it that. But like, come on. Like
we're running out of topics. We've talked about swords. We've talked about stop signs.
yeah, oh yeah, like the yield sign. Like somebody the other day at that yield sign just kept going, and then like I took my line because I had to right away because he had a yield sign, and then he was like, "What the fuck, man?" And I'm like, "You have a yield sign." He was doing the shaking his head, and I'm like, in my head, "Yield. You have a yield. A yield sign is not advisory." Oh dear.
The correct response is to have just crashed into him and just see what happens.
Oh yeah, no, like he broke in the end, but he was
This
mad at me.
this is also not advice. Do
Yeah,
not
this is not
purposely
driving
crash into
advice.
people.
Do not crash it. Well, if he did crash into me, then I would have been in the right because he had a yield sign. But
Yeah, but at the same time, your insurance is going to be
annoyed at you, yeah.
annoyed. Like
The insurance
you'll
doesn't
get
care.
you'll get the insurance back because he caused a collision, but also you're going to deal with a courtesy car for at least like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
That's if your car's not a write-off, and then they'll give you a lot less money than you actually hope for it. So do not purposely crash into people.
Yeah,
I
don't
know
do
a lot
that.
of people
Also,
on the
it's
road
just
deserve it.
also it's just good for
But
your life and body.
it's also a valid point, sometimes your body doesn't like being crashed into. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's more worried about the money side of things, but your body's also important.
That
Sometimes.
is the most dragon thing you could have said here, Theora.
Well, I'm a dragon.
Indeed.
Dragons like money.
Yeah. Dragons like capitalism. What are we doing? Okay, we're on the formation lap.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't go any further with that conversation.
As to remind everybody of our current grid. Oh, it's a very mixed up tire strategy, but we have John, the lead Mercedes, following Mavi, the lead Ferrari on the grid, P1 and 2 respectively. John with a very strong pole time, though unchallenged by Leo due to lag. We have Morgan, the sole McLaren, on track once again in P3, a pretty good start for her. Followed by Leo rounding out second row as soon as he gets back on. In here, we have Thijs, our Belgian driver, leading off the third row in the Williams for his first race this season, I believe. And it's
So yes.
and then it's Troy rounding up behind him on the third row, punching very much above his weight. Slightly out of position is Kimaru in P7, ahead of the lead Aston Martin of Avo, home race in P8. We have Skylar P9 rounding out the fifth row. And then Prudence in P10. Our sole Red Bull today. So they go through the old pit straight now and into cops. Everybody wagging their little butts. John getting a little bit ahead of the rest of the field. Mavi taking its time through Maggots and Beckets.
Don't wanna. You wanna keep the hard tire weight as much as possible.
Indeed, and oh yeah, the space was to brake hard coming out onto the hangar straight here. I believe this is the hangar straight.
Well, if it's not the hangar straight, you can leave a comment below that we are both stupid.
Yeah. There's a chance that the hangar straight might actually be the one in Sector 1, but I think it's the one in Sector 3.
I think that one's Wellington, but we never know. Maybe the Hamilton.
I don't know.
Let me get a map up of Silverstone.
Yeah. You could do that while everybody lines up and we deal with Leo's lag again.
That is the hangar straight.
Okay, I was my gut was correct. Hell yeah.
Go. We all do have brain cells.
Yippee, we do.
We don't always use them, but we do have them. Fair, I don't think Leo is going to be taking part in this race, so...
Yep, so it will be his AI, which will make things fun for the drivers behind him. As we are now 5 red lights away from the British Grand Prix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. FRL's away into United Kingdom as John gets a good start.
John gets a really wiggly start. Mavi's alongside
Mavi's
turn 1.
inside
Mavi
turn
will
1.
take
Mavi
the
takes
lead.
the lead on the medium tires. He had the tire advantage. He had the grip advantage off of the line. He burned his battery a little bit too to get right in the first position right there. Turn 1 overtake. You don't see too many of those for the lead here in Silverstone. It's not a braking zone. It's a flat-out turn. Mavi with a good start, though, here. As Leo's AI falls
defending
down
the line heavily in down the Wellington Straight.
Indeed.
I've now learned the name of.
Meanwhile, Kimaru is up at the P4 after starting P6. Ty is falling behind the V-carb end of Ferrari there. Troy creating almost a little bit of a train behind it, but Kimaru's going to do his best to hold on to this as Troy and Thijs are now fighting. They're going to be side by side through cops. Troy goes wide through cops. Avo's going to
invite Avo to get by as well. Avo gets by Troy and goes up into 6th place. Is now right behind Thijs. As we see behind Pridus and Skylar go side by side as well.
Very strong start here, but John's going to also be looking to fight on back for the race lead here.
But look at Kimaru. He's having a look at Morgan. Kimaru's on the medium tires. He will have a chance to get by Morgan here and get a bit of a gap between Thijs behind, who will be fast, who was faster during qualifying.
Indeed, Morgan is starting to really fall off of John and Mavi here. Maybe having to go a little bit defensive, maybe not quite getting the traction off of those hard tires. Mavi said it's the fastest on lap 1, not surprising to anyone. He doesn't have to deal with the dirty air. Morgan's
It's also the first lap of the Grand Prix.
Indeed.
You'd expect the car in the lead to be taking the fastest lap there. DRS is open, and I think Yeah, so we might see a move from Kimaru on Morgan here. Morgan goes defensive to the inside. She's gonna force Kimaru all the way around the outside, but the outside becomes the inside
Ooh, and
into here, and Kimaru will make the move stick, but there's a lot of slipstream now down up to Cops. There's a lot of time for you to gain that time back if you so desire.
yeah, going on through, I believe this would be the Hamilton straight before Cops or the old pit straight. Just
I believe
now.
I believe it's also known as the National Straight or something like that. Or it's got a lot of corners have a lot of names on this track because it's still one of the older tracks. As Morgan will Morgan have a look and have a move back
John's
down?
gonna be looking at the Ferrari, but not quite. Almost hitting the rear wing of the Ferrari in the lead. And Kimaru and Morgan also fighting here on
Morgan's
out
looking
of the
to the
hangar straight.
inside.
Morgan.
Kimaru defends the line heavily.
Almost
Kimaru
cutting
keeps defense.
across the front wing of the McLaren there. Not quite. John sets a fast lap, but he has DRS to help with that. And the Williams of Ties is also getting involved, and Avo's holding on to the back of them here on his soft tires right now. Setting himself up for a nice little run. He's going to be in the DRS range of this fight for the podium.
He is. Morgan's going to be right into the thick of it now. John's backed a little bit away from Mavi in Sector 1, but Morgan's going to be right behind. Will Kimaru make the
Hard
move easy?
defensive.
No, he'll move to the middle. He'll try to drift back, but Morgan's got the car there. Going to go around the outside. It's going to become the inside for the second half, and it's a textbook move. Almost a repeat of the other way around. But look who's behind and look who's super close to it now. Ties is right there. And any miss-up from either of these two, and Ties is going to be pouncing on it. And you can't count out Avo in this scenario either. He's in this train as well.
And Ties gets through from Cops. He's there in Cops. He's going to have the line through Maggots and Beckett. Kimaru focused on the outside. I think he let off a little bit too much, and the Cops compromises line. Ties had some overspeed. An incredible move through Cops, and now he's going to have DRS on Morgan. Both of them had DRS here, but Morgan mainly getting a little bit of a half a second there. Abo's chilling to the back of this train, using the DRS. Might just be using it to get some distance to Troy behind.
Smart from Avo, he wants to use as much of this as possible while he still has the soft tyres, but those soft tyres will start to drop off now, and he may struggle to keep up, especially with Morgan having a little bit more breathing room now, as we see that Avo has dropped out of the DRS train. But here comes Ties, 0.5 behind. 0.6 got a pretty shaky exit. He may not be able to make a move here, but he may have a look at it.
John.
No, but he's also got to look out. He's got to look out for Kimaru behind, because Kimaru's 3/10 behind, and you can't just sit back and just wait for the DRS to help you catch up, because the car behind can just poke their nose in at you.
Indeed, and like Ties is not quite able to close up in, and both Ties and Kimaru are on the medium tires right now. As the stint goes on, especially because this is a high wear track, is mainly from Sector 2, S's tend to wear your tires a little bit. Morgan's going to get more and more of an advantage on the tire wear as this first stint goes on, but for now, 5 seconds back from John. John's really close to the Ferrari, but not able to make a move through here.
I saw Mavi got an amazing exit out of Maggots and Beckett and was able to keep that position strong, which was honestly a really good exit that helped even through the DRS, as it looks as these three have, those two have pretty much got a huge gap to Morgan, who have now got a gap to Avo. But John's close now. He's within a couple tenths now of Mavi. He might be able to make a move up the Wellington Straight. Another good exit from Mavi though, who's able to get a bit of a gap. He's not going to go fully defensive. John will not make the move here.
No, I think...
And behind we'll see Ties as well, not being able to make a move on Morgan, who is, like you said, she's going to get more and more comfortable as the tyres behind her burn out more and more on Ties and Kimaru. I mean, Kimaru is already like he's struggling a little bit to hold on to the back of this pack, and the
John
longer these
goes
two
wide
fight,
through Cops, and that's gonna upset his run through Meckett and Beckett. He was wide, I think just got washed out by the arrow of the Ferrari in front of him, as he is now trying to follow, trying to get close and make something happen.
but he gets a really good run. He's going to have
Oh,
so
he has
much overspeed. Will
overspeed.
Mavi defend it? Mavi does not defend it. He's going to go down the inside. Mavi's going to try to stick it to the outside. They're still side by side going into the chicane.
There they go. Mavi has the first inside apex, but then John's gonna have another. Mavi going for a little bit of a switchback. And Mavi is gonna be holding on to the lead just barely. He's gonna have the inside line through turn one. Turn one is pretty flat, so the inside gives you that advantage. John, though, has some more speed and something to say about it. Mavi has the inside going into the village complex right now. As Ties has fallen far behind Morgan right now, his tire's starting to seemingly wear off of him. John nearly had him. He's gonna have DRS going through the Luffield complex. I think Mavi, he's gonna have the inside line, but John's gonna have the inside as we go through the proper Luffield turn. That's gonna give it the advantage, but Mavi's on the outside. He needs to squeeze a little bit more if he wants to hold the position. No.
Mavi's still there. He's still right behind. John's able to get the move done, but this is all is going to mean is that Mavi's going to get the DRS back through on the hangar straight. He does run a little bit wide into Cops, but that doesn't seem to negate somebody that much in this game. It seems to be a little bit nicer. But you see now John's able to get a much better Meckett and Beckett than Mavi is able to. And he's already starting to fall a bit behind. Maybe those medium tires are starting to go. We see Kimaru's dropped off from the back of Morgan and Ties, and we've seen Skylar's actually gotten ahead of Troy on his hard tires. So maybe those medium tires are starting to drop off now, and the hard tires are now coming into their own.
Indeed, that seems to be what is happening right now. Mavi is just gonna have to hope that he can hold on to the DRS range and stick with it through the initial pit phase. 2 pit stops await our drivers here. We'll see what strategies they have cooked up right now, but Ty's still managing to hold on to Morgan right now. But Morgan she's a second into that gap, actually. She had the Mavi and John. A lot of that's
that was a lot of fighting between the two of them. I wouldn't be surprised if that gap was all of that fighting right there.
Indeed. We'll see if she can put in the lap she needs to put in right now. As she's gonna hold around there, but Mavi managing to at least keep within the DRS of John, pulling out to get some clean air and avoid the arrow wash into Cops. Both go a little wide through Cops.
John goes a little bit wide. Mavi tries to follow him a bit wide. Don't think that's quite how the best way that sequence of corners goes, but I respect the hustle behind it. Mavi washes out a bit wider at the exit of Meckett and Beckett, but is able to. I don't think he gains that much time down the hangar straight. I know he probably has a higher downforce setup than John, so you might start seeing him take a pit stop. You might see some of the medium runners taking a pit stop, especially if they're falling a bit behind. Like you'd expect Kimaru and maybe the soft tire runners to start pitting any lap now to try and mitigate the time they're going to lose on those soft tires. But also, you don't really need to. Like, Avo doesn't really need to pit right now because he's got a decent gap to Skylar as Pridas then pits from 8th. He's the first one to pit. 7 lap old soft tires in retrospect.
Yeah, that's going to put some pressure on Troy and Skylar right there as he switches onto the medium tire. So Pridas will have one more stop to go. He can pit for another set of mediums or onto the hards or even onto the softs if he wishes.
I can't imagine soft, medium, soft to be a tire strategy that works here. It's soft, medium, hard could very well work, but I think anyone's going to go for a soft, medium.
Indeed. Morgan holding on through Cops. Is not able to close in on the hangar straight. Or sorry, the old pit straight.
But Tyres is extremely close, and I think for the first time,
Oh,
Mavi is
no.
spun. Mavi had a massive moment. He almost spun it out of Maggots and Beckett's. I
3
just
seconds.
caught the end of that.
Yeah, 3-second time penalty for the Ferrari driver, and he is now inviting Morgan back into this fight and gives John the breathing room he needs to just put in his laps now. Mavi's going into the pits.
That's what you have to expect after a mistake like that. Those tyres are going to be screwed, chewed up, destroyed, and it's probably a good time to pit anyway.
Indeed, it
What
does.
does he fit onto his... He fits onto a hard set of tyres, so he's going for a longer stint now on the hard tyres. Maybe the hard tyres are the better tyre to be on.
Indeed,
He will come out behind Skylar, but luckily his teammate and Avo have both pitted as well, so he'll get a lot of clean air actually out of this.
Indeed, might put a little bit of pressure on John, depending on how long he stays out on those hard tires anyway, and the pace difference. But Mavi, with a 3-second time penalty, is going to find it really hard to win this race now. Let alone fight for the podium.
Unless John makes a mistake himself, I can't see him gaining that time back, really. It's a lot of time to lose, and even if he gains it back in the beginning of this stint, John's going to have fresher tyres. John can do 2 medium stints or a softer medium stint. Mavi can only really do another medium stint, unless he really wants to soften it with another hard or a soft stint. But John's going to be gaining so much time once he does pit.
Indeed. Is he going to pit? No.
No.
Yeah.
I think the hard tyre will probably...
Morgan's pitting off of the hard tires. Interesting call from the McLaren team. Bold call. I think she wanted to get out of this fight. Maybe cover off Mavi a little bit or not lose too much time. It's going to be another set of hard tires.
So 2 hard stints for Morgan. 9 laps each. That would leave a good medium stint at the very end of the race as well.
Yeah, it will. John might be thinking something similar. It's a safer strategy on tire wear. Skylar pitting onto the softs, Himaru on the hards. Avo's on the medium tire.
And Mavi took out roughly 1.5 seconds off of Morgan there, gaining basically 1.5 seconds off of 1 lap. So if he didn't have that spin, he would be in the net lead right now. That's the thing you're gonna be kicking yourself for.
Yeah, he is eating up that time to Tyes, who is currently on track P2. Net down in the 4th, 5th, 6th position range. A lot of drivers going into pit. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyes makes the pit stop. Gotta cover off some of these drivers right now.
Although I'm just looking at the race director, he did look like Mavi picked up all 3, the 2 warnings and a penalty on the same lap. So it might be that gets rescinded at the end of the race. So
John's picked the saw.
That's a good idea, actually. He's gonna emerge out ahead of Mavi because of that slide, and so all he has to do is get clean air and just run away as much as you can.
Indeed.
Although that purple, that fastest lap, is he gonna be ahead? Oh, it's gonna be close, but I think Mavi's not gonna have DRS this lap, so he's not gonna be able to spoil the party for John. John's going to get the soft tires up to details.
A 3-second time penalty for track limits violation, as our drivers are now settling into a race. Mavi is in DRS range, but we'll see if he can hold it into the detection point. That detection point is going to be at the entrance of... Actually, it's at the apex of Maggots.
Yeah, and so if Mavi can hold it, then he might put a dampener on John's strategy with these softs, but he has to hold it through cops here, and he has to gain that time, but he looks like he is.
Indeed, John not quite firing up the soft tires enough, and there's going to be a little bit of DRS, which helps Mavi John's strategy will only work if he is able to pull out massively from the Ferrari driver here. He has to pit off pretty soon, and at the end of the race, the Mavi will have a tire advantage.
Well,
Even.
you're saying that, but those soft tires are a couple laps fresher, and that was there's only 2 laps difference between when the first soft tires pitted and then when the hard tires pitted. So
Yeah, I feel like
I reckon both of these were pit for mediums at the end.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the hard tire runners may have jumped the gun a little bit, but also may have just been wearing from fuel load. I'm not on the ground. I'm not seeing what their actual on the ground tire wear is. As Pritis is putting some pressure onto John or not onto John, onto Avo.
Although he does get a 3-second time penalty for track limits as his reward for all that pressure he's putting on. So.
Indeed, it is pushing a little bit too hard and falling outside of the lines of the track limits. But Mavi's holding to John, at least. Those hard tires. He has pace in the hards, which is incredible.
Impressive to say the least, because you don't want to see this. If like John really doesn't want to keep seeing this Ferrari behind him, the DRS does give you about 0.6, 0.7 on this track, if I remember correctly. So every lap that Mavi sticks behind John is a lap where Mavi makes it easier and easier for himself to stick behind John.
Indeed.
Because as John's soft tires wear out more, he will no longer have the fastest tire, and then suddenly it's game on for Mavi, and that might be the situation we're seeing ourselves in.
Indeed, and it even keeps a Mavi threatening an undercut if the tire lives for all these drivers are very similar. And we saw how much time Mavi ate up compared to John on only like 9-lap-old medium tires. Like, he was about 5 seconds back. He emerged from the pits only a second behind.
That was a lot of speed in those outlets.
Troy's out. He retired in the
pits.
pits.
A DNF from the pit lane.
Yeah, so Troy deciding to retire from the pits. Why? I am not sure. If you find out why, feel free to say it. But Pritis looking to put some pressure on Avo, but Avo not spooked.
I'm not sure about. Oh, I just saw John run wide a little bit. Mavi might be able to make a move here, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, John.
No, he's not close enough. But
I mean,
John's had the tire life of these softs is no longer peak. These soft tires are now going to start to feel like these hard tires, and Mavi might now be able to start attacking John properly now that these soft tires are starting to go, and you can kind of see as well. I don't think Morgan is holding with John lap time wise. Let me just check the 2 lap times together. Like, Morgan's only a couple tenths slower, and John is slowing up each lap.
Indeed, John starting to really not find his groove here on these soft tires. They wear fast, they wear hard, and tires, especially in F125, hit those cliffs and really feel awful after a little bit.
Plus, did they make the tires too soft on this track, or is that just my
I think they are softer than they were last time out. Pritis throwing a couple dummies at Avo and not quite finding any room to attack.
Yes, let's see. I mean, let me check Pridas's penalties. Yeah, it looks like Mavi's might have been a multiple for 1. Pritis looks like to be an actual time penalty. He seems to have run wide a few times. He's also taken another warning since then, so I think that one will stand, so he'll have to try to get by Avo and then build a gap onto him, which apparently it might be a difficult thing to do, considering the amount of time that
Ooh.
how difficult of a time John is having of dropping Morgana with Mavi.
Yeah, and I saw Pridas was struggling a little bit with Arrow Wash going through Maggots, Beckett's, and out on the exit of Chapel. He's
Skylar behind dives into the pits after only 4 laps on the soft tyres. He's already finding them too difficult to drive.
indeed that. He has to go onto the hard tire now. I wonder what kind of tire he's gonna choose.
It would have to be the hard tyre. It would be his second stop. Yeah, it's the hard tyre for Skylar. He might try to be undercutting both Pridas and Avo here.
Indeed, those hard tires can last to the end. There's only 11 to go. Mavi getting really close through Maggots and Beckett's right now, but that's Arrow Wash range. Yeah, you could just see how much they back off. That's the driver starting to feel the understeer coming from the dirty air. Little bit of washout. And you really you feel that most apparently through high-speed corners like Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. Mavi's using all of the track he can. Good chance that his penalty gets rescinded if it's a 2-for-1 on that deal.
Kind of looks like a 3-for-1, honestly. Like, just having a look at it, there's 1, 2, 3 warnings in the same. It looks like 3 warnings, no, 2 warnings and the penalty in the same lap. So that's looking like it might be, it could get rescinded. I'm not sure. Maybe it was 2 mistakes, but
yeah, we'll have to see. For now, we will judge this as if the penalty stands. And I think that's how Mavi's going to want to race it anyway.
yeah, but of course, if you're John, you want to race it as if the penalty does not stand.
Indeed.
And, and actually, Mavi is super close to the back of John now.
Yeah, they're going...
I thought they were going to go side by side for a second.
Yeah, they go down the old pit straight. Round
Super close into cops. He might. He's less than the 10th. He's pulling out alongside, going into Maggots. He's not going to be able to keep alongside. He's going to lose a little bit of time through Beckett's, but he's so close now, just under. But he loses so much time on the exit because of the dirty air, and he's not going to be able to make a dent into it. Coming down the hangar straight, he's going to have to try to make a move into the Wellington. But even that is a huge amount. But
John pits.
John dives into the pits. I thought Mavi was going to follow him for a second.
Indeed, it looked like it, but I think he was just trying to open up his last corner here. But Mavi now has a chance to make things happen, but he's going to have to pit very soon or risk a pretty big undercut from John right now, who's pitting on the fresh hards. Mavi gets some brake smoke as he goes on through. We also have the Williams of ties pitting off the soft tires. Soft tire runners getting off their softs, finding them to be too worn at this point. Kimaru
See
moves up
how
into
far
the-
behind Kimaru John is. Just out. There's 5 seconds. He was 5 seconds of clean air ahead of him. Ties kits out also in clean air, and Pridas also pit. I want to see actually. Where does he come out in relation to Skylar now? As Skylar basically pitted to try to undercut, at least it looked that way, to try to undercut Pridas. I want to see where this comes from.
Given how fast John got off of the soft tires, that may have not even been an undercut attempt, but Skylar is well on past Pridas right now.
Yeah, that's 3 seconds. That's 3 seconds he's gained on an undercut that he maybe not even tried to do.
It's the undercut here's got to be powerful. Yeah, the Ferrari's going into the pits right now. You don't have a choice, I think, seeing how powerful the undercut is here.
The question is, does he go onto a second set of hards or do a second set of mediums?
Ooh.
I honestly think mediums might be the better choice here. He's
going on the medium.
punch. And he's going onto the mediums. He'll be punching, he'll be punching John. Hopefully not literally, but with a fresher set of tires, and a softer set of
Yeah, but the
tires.
key thing here is going to actually be Kimaru, where he comes out. He's ahead. How about John? John's ahead.
John's
Still.
ahead, but it's not by much.
Indeed, and
It is
Mavi?
only by just over a second. And with softer tires, you would expect Mavi to be able to get back into DRS range relatively quickly. There's a little bit of traffic ahead. It's going to be, well, it's going to be Kimaru as the main point of traffic that's going to come ahead, and he should be pitting soon. I'd imagine so.
Yeah,
Avo does
is
pit as
heading to
well. I
pit.
want to see where he comes out. Yeah, he also comes out behind Skylar, but more importantly ahead of Pridas. So Skylar undercutting both Pridas and his teammate Avo.
Considering that there was about a 2-second gap when they were fighting, that's a pretty impressive undercut, as currently the ghosted Mercedes of the DNFing Leo going through Maggots and Beckett's.
That's going to give John DRS, but also, I don't think, I mean, that might actually have been an issue for Mavi, as Mavi is now able to make a move here, but also, John was dealing with the dirty air down through Maggots and Beckett, so it's difficult to say whether that move would have been made anyway, but look how close the two of them are now.
Yeah, they are very close. They are nose to tail. Mavi almost pulling alongside as they go through the final turn. Going to be entering turn 1. Kimaru staying out. Kimaru is going to be a factor in a few moments' time. John not going to get DRS off of him through the Wellington straight. Will have it
No,
through
he's not,
Maggots Beckett.
But maybe he won't have it on Kimaru, because look at how close Mavi is. He's less than 2/10 behind, and he'll have DRS. John won't have DRS. Mavi's going to have to make a move. He dives
pulls
in the
to the
inside.
Not enough
don't-
overlap,
Not
but
enough
now...
yet, but he's going to try to make a
He's
massive
going
move around the outside. He's going to have
wide.
the overspeed.
Yeah, you can
two of
see
them are gonna be
just
side
how they
by
are
side.
fighting here, side by side, but you can see Mavi trying to get a little bit of a late apex as late as he could,
Oh,
and
he
he has
gets a
overspeed!
round course.
Whoa! And he's off
I
track.
don't think that's going to be legal. I think he's going to have to give that position back.
Yeah,
I don't think he will, though.
If
Not
I
yet,
were him, I
no.
would surrender the position. You already have a penalty hanging over your head. You need to get off. You don't want to be taking that risk there of a different penalty right now.
But he's going to now make
looking
it
to the
past
inside of
Kimaru.
Kimaru,
But
so
John's
is
going to try to
John.
follow by. Yes, he does. Kimaru not offering any sort of fighting between either of them. He's going to try to stick behind them just for the extra lap, the extra DRS. Fair play for him, but at the same time, Mavi probably will give the position. That one will definitely have to be looked into. I will.
I would put it
That
in
one
your
might
notes.
need. That one might become an issue nearer the end if Mavi is if John is unable to get past Mavi again.
Indeed. A whole lot of work for the stewards to do on this fight for the lead. We also have ties actually emerging ahead of the McLaren, but they're side by side through the village complex right now. Morgan looking to get a little switchback, gets alongside as they go onto the Wellington straight. Morgan has the inside line if she manages to hold it, but Ties has DRS. Will she have enough overlap? Ties gives her the space regardless, but Luffield switches and gives Ties the inside line, but the Belgian and Dutch fighting side by side as they go down to the old pit straight. They're still side by side.
Morgan has to concede, but she's not going to be conceding for long. She's going to be right up behind it. And she'll be able to make a move. Maybe not into Maggots and Beckett's, but she'll be right behind them now.
Yeah, move for Beckett's and Beckett's is brave. You just need to try to hold it as much as you can through the dirty air, through the air wash. Morgan has 3-lap fresher tires, which, as we've seen, can be a difference maker here. She has DRS. Ties pulled out wide. Morgan is through. DRS pass into this straight going to the chicane here. And that is Kimaru also pitting as Mavi sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
That's a good lap for Mavi, but John's now behind with DRS, and I think now Mavi's going to suffer the same fate that John did earlier with being unable to drop the car behind no matter how good of a tire you have.
Yeah, Avo and Skylar did switch positions as we were going through everything here. Ooh. Yeah, Mavi's might have trouble. Like, John, if he's able to hold the DRS, will have an advantage going towards the end of this race. Given that Mavi got the overtake done off track at Cops, it's looking better and better for John. I don't know if John saw it or knows it. He probably did see it, but even if he didn't, he's got to know about the 3-second penalty. I don't think he's going to take a huge, risky move.
The thing is, though, you can't race as if this penalty exists. You have to race as if that penalty might get rescinded.
Yeah, you do.
Especially if, because we've seen that the game can be a little bit lenient at cops, so maybe that move off the track didn't quite give a warning or anything.
Indeed, but the stewards can also give a penalty for that, if I am correct.
That is correct, yes.
So, I mean, we saw it. Anybody watching this back is going to have seen it. I don't see that not coming under investigation unless...
But the person who maybe did not see it at the time would be John.
Indeed.
And so John may end up having to fight his tooth and nail for this victory. We might get
I
a
don't
race
know
on
if
the
I
track
would
for it.
still fight tooth and nail for the victory, just given the championship positions right now. Like,
Well,
Leo
you got to think
effectively
about
has
it
a
though.
DNF.
Leo is out of this race, and at the moment, Leo's out of this race, who is second in the championship, and Morgan is
John has a penalty
gonna
for
be
track limits.
now. Now he might race this properly.
Yeah, if you want.
Now this is suddenly.
Yeah.
This is now suddenly going to be a race.
Yeah, I think my broader point is that with both your rivals out of the championship, you don't need to take a high-risk move that leaves you DNF'd. And therefore you
But
gain nothing.
also,
You do want to gain
a racer wants to win. A racer
Okay,
doesn't want to sit behind somebody for 6 laps and just
Okay, yeah, true.
be comfortable with second place. They want to win. I would always want to win.
Indeed.
You don't like you look at the championship and you think, okay, maybe I should be a little bit safer, and then you see first in front of you and you're like, no, I want to win.
Mhm.
And I think we might see that here. Mavi goes really defensive to break the slipstream. John's unable to make a move. Kimaru sets fastest lap.
Yeah, he is
He
on
is the only driver on soft tires. He's got 18 seconds to make up the ties. I don't think that's going to happen unless he gains 6 seconds a lap. Which, if he does that, then I will personally give him.
John's wide
10
again
euros.
at Cops.
The dirty air now affecting him. He hasn't had to be in dirty air for the second stint of this, so he hasn't in the first stint. So both drivers have had time to get used to dirty air, but John's struggling a little bit with the dirty air in Cops.
Red maybe looking
Each
to
time
the
he's unable to.
inside of Skylar on the Wellington straight, but not able to find enough speed in the straight line. Skylar may fall out of the DRS of his teammate. It's gonna be close. But we have several battles on track right now. We have this little 3-way fight for 6th between both Astons and the Red Bull. I imagine Skylar's going to be mainly thinking defensive here. They're both team players, and John's getting along. May have a chance through Village.
He will have DRS down the Wellington straight, and he gets Mavi gets a really bad exit there. John's gonna be able to get alongside and probably get ahead into this.
Yeah, he's fully ahead of the braking zone. Mavi tries it.
Possibly gonna try to go around the outside again. He's a bit too far behind for that to really look like it's gonna be working.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to settle for behind.
Yeah, John is through. Mavi had a little bit of wiggle of oversteer as he went on out of left field. which is key. And then another wide moment through Cox. Both drivers. Both of these drivers are pushing as hard as they can through that corner. Just going full throttle. Very easy to go wide in the dirty air at Cops.
And now it's huge on the line here. Mavi did not activate his DRS then for some unknown reason. I'm not sure why.
Did he not have it?
I can't imagine he wouldn't have had it. Maybe he forgot to activate it for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about that one, but he is gonna be right behind John, and
Yeah.
I mean, with 2 laps left, can Mavi get past John again? And if so, how is he gonna do it? Because
Yeah.
Mavi has nothing to lose, and look at
gonna
how
have a
close he is to the
chance
back
at
of
the
John. That
Wellington
was
Straight.
brilliant.
He has a lot of pace through Village. It sets him up beautifully to maybe
But
look
he
at
doesn't
Luffield.
make a move. No, he doesn't. He doesn't pull alongside. He doesn't make that move.
He might
John
be waiting
defends
for
well
the
for now.
final lap here to get that DRS.
That is true. It'll all be down onto the final lap. We might see a last lap overtake between these two.
Prides and Skylar are side by side and they make contact. Prides goes wide. Maybe overtakes off track. Also a little bit of lag from Prides right there. But Prides has P7 right now, but that may have been off track. We'll see what they're able to do in the back here. Up for the lead right now. Mavi's gonna have DRS going onto the hangar straight. Going in down. John gets enough speed to hold on. I think he has a lot of battery. I think both have a lot of battery right now.
No, Mavi does not have much battery at all. Mavi has next to no
Skylar
battery.
and Prides fighting on through Luffield. As that is happening at the same time, they're not going to give us a break right now. Prides holds for Luffield, but he has a 3-second time penalty. Skylar
Actually,
can just
6
hold
second
on
time
to the
penalty.
back. 6 seconds even, yeah. Skylar could just hold on to the back here.
But Skylar's going to be really close now.
Yeah, he's going to want to fight him for the fun of it. They are on the last lap, or leaders, I should say. John's going to start to empty that battery, and I think he saved enough battery for this moment right now. Mavi gonna have DRS going down the Wellington Straight, but it's not enough.
Right.
John's leading.
It's not enough. He doesn't gain anywhere near enough time, and John has enough battery to deploy it all the way down to Cops. Mavi doesn't. Mavi's not going to have enough battery to deploy it. I think John might have been able to save enough battery here. I think Mavi used too much. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Look, Mavi's not going to have. Mavi's barely going to have DRS. Maybe he's not going to have DRS at all because of the medium tires and the dirty air. No, he's not going to have it. Is he going to have it? He's just about going to have it. But how is he going to do anything with this?
No, there's not. I know he has good exits through Chapel, but he's not just going to have enough. Not enough to make up a second right now and send it down into the braking zone here. No, this is it. John's going to come around, Stowe, I believe that is. Gonna go over to the final chicane. Brake nice and carefully. He's gonna go carefully on the throttle. He's done everything he has to. He put on a show, and John is going to get across and win the British Grand Prix. Mavi P2. Strong performance from the Red Dragon, don't get me wrong.
Van is gonna finish off the podium in P3. Ties, who put up a bit of a fight. Unfortunately, he dropped off near the end into finishing into P4.
Yeah, William.
Kimaru, once again, a lonely P5, which is...
Yeah, that Williams driver had a bit of a sabbatical, but he comes back into the series strong right now. Avo is going to have... This might even be his highest finish of the year if he makes it at his home Grand Prix right now. Had some form struggles, but he's going to be rounding the final chicane. Oh, he's braking carefully. He is braking so carefully, you can tell. He rounds that last turn and he crosses in P6. Prides P7 for now, but Skylar gets on by on the penalties. Very strong performance all up and down the grid. What a show from these drivers. Leo... I don't think we'll get points because it was an AI racing the whole way.
Yeah.
And Troy DNF'd too early to get points. If he does get points, it's P9, but going by the 90%, he shouldn't get points. I assume he had to go somewhere else. Like, if you're gonna retire on track, you might as well go for the 24 laps and then retire to get the points.
Yeah.
But with all the delays, it's entirely possible that he just had to go somewhere. John and Mavi putting on a beautiful show for us. Morgan having a quiet race, but getting P3. Had a little bit of a fight with our Belgian Williams driver, Ties, going in P4. He had a pretty good race for his comeback. Maru
P5 after a bit of a torrid qualifying. Gets himself back into P5, the position that he's quite well versed to seeing at this point. Avo up to P6. Good result for him.
Indeed.
Especially his home Grand Prix.
Yeah, good way to get back onto decent form after your home Grand Prix. I think he had it incident free actually too. Didn't end up spinning or anything. Kept it mistake 3, got P6. P7 for Skylar. Prudas P8's last on track. Running the British flag, because of course he is. Penguin calls himself an Anglophile.
Well, that is what you do.
Yeah. To be fair, if it were me, I only run the American flag by convention, not by moral standing. Maybe I should
Either
just
way.
be like that one League of Legends or Dota player who just decided to hang up the trans flag behind her.
Absolute ad behavior right there. But in 2 weeks' time, there's a 1 week break, and in 2 weeks' time we will have Netherlands. It'll be Morgan's home race, Zandvoort.
Indeed. Very good track, too, to race. Not going to be on the calendar for much longer. Hopefully no rain delays will occur through the Netherlands. Hopefully we have a much better luck with it, because it seems that our delaying will have caused a bunch of problems. For not just me, but for a couple drivers. It's hard when you book out about an hour and a half sometimes, and then you have to book out 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours because of all of the technical issues. But anyway, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Same place, same time. I've been Nexi, joined in the comment box by Pridas. I would like to thank our race directors and
Pridas?
By Sierra. I have given this intro with Pridas in the com box for 2 seasons at least. Forgive me for falling back on habit, Sierra. It has been me and Sierra in the com box. I would like to thank some of our admins, Leo, John, Skylar, Abo, all admins. Some of our stewards too. Going on our head stewards cola effectively. We have Sierra around, Storm, Drew all doing some stewarding. I'm just kind of waffling now and just appreciating everyone. We'll see you guys for Zandvoort. Take care. Goodbye.